Guys, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to do a fresh berry salad. We're going to make a nice raspberry vinaigrette dressing for you. And we're going to walk through the Sam's Club as well and show you guys just how to pick out some produce, just what I look for, what those guys look for in their fresh produce. So come on in. We're going to work over here in the kitchen. We're going to take a ride over to the club too, show you some cool things. This is Cooking Today. Hey guys, welcome into the show. Thank you so much for being here today. And I'm going to use some of the fresh berries today. We're going to do a real nice fresh berry salad. We're going to also make a little raspberry vinaigrette dressing. I'm going to show you a little trick about how I do this raspberry vinaigrette. So I'm going to get started with that. And a couple of the tricks happen right off the bat. This is just a measuring pitcher. You guys use what you have at home. But this is what I'm going to make my dressing in. I'm not going to use a whisk today. The other little trick is this. I'm going to use a little immersion mixer to blend it up real good. So we'll get started. I have some garlic, 3 cloves of garlic here, and I'm just going to get these nice and crushed up. And then I'm going to chop them, just a rough chop, because we're going to put them into our pitcher and get them blended real well. But we just want to get the chopping going. We're going to have some liquid in there. It's going to really get this pretty much minced down to nothing. Okay, so we'll start with our garlic right into that. We're going to take fresh shallot, and we'll take 1 bulb off of there, just kind of clean it up best way we can. And we'll do the same thing to it. Just get it going. Get the chop happening on this. Base flavors for this. Just get a rough chop on that. And we're going to add that right to that pitcher. Okay, now we'll add just some nice Creole mustard to it, a good tablespoon. Okay. And then I'm going to add about just a good tablespoon of dried herbs. And these were fresh herbs that I dried myself. They've been sitting out for about a week. And it is rosemary, fresh thyme, and fresh parsley. And it's pretty much dry. You can hear how it crunches up as I go. We'll just add that right in. And I'm going to go ahead and season right here with salt and pepper. We need to add some good salt and pepper to this. Just like that. Okay. Then the other trick that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take some of this fresh lemon rind. So what I'll do is just get me a good amount, probably about half of the lemon. We'll take the rind, just grate it. And I'm doing this over the board so I can chop it up just a little bit more before it goes in there. Okay, so we just want to get a little bit of a little chop on that. But this is going to add a lot of good brightness to the dish, to the dressing. Be really, really good. That is beautiful. Smells so good. I love that lemon rind. Then we'll take our red wine vinegar and we'll add about a cup. And I can use the measure right in the bottom. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take some fresh raspberries and add them to it. And I'll use about a cup of fresh raspberries as well. And I'm going to make sure I save some for the salad itself. Okay, and then all I have to do is get my oil over here and get going. And now I'll use the immersion blender to get this going. Really nice color on this. Really a flavorful dressing. And once we get everything nice and minced up in the bottom, we'll start adding our oil. Just like this. Just a slow drizzle. That's all you want. Restaurant secret right here, you guys. This is how we make it in the restaurant. If we're not using a blender, we're going to use the immersion mixer for sure. Just add the oil slow as you can. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I think I got it. Once you get a good texture going, and you can see how it's coated my blender, once you get a good texture going, whatever thickness you like it, you can call it. Give it a little taste. And when we come back, we'll get our salad made. Show you guys how we do that. This is cooking today. That is great. Okay guys, welcome back. Man, we've got our raspberry vinaigrette already made up. We're all set. It tastes great. Now, I went ahead and make sure you taste it every time you make it. Make sure you check it for seasoning. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and get our lettuce cut. And I've done the best job that I could to get the lettuce washed and cleaned up. We could bring in the salad spinner, but I have a huge one at home that probably wouldn't look good on the set here, but just make sure your lettuce is washed the best way that you can. Let it get your water down inside here as much as you can. Get it spread open. And you want to let it drain upside down so you'll get as much of that dirt out of there as you can. Down in here in the core of the lettuce, there's a lot of dirt. Okay, grows in the ground. You got to make sure you wash it up real good. And if you want to, you can rip the lettuce. It's just really totally up to you. If you're going to use it right away, it's okay to cut it with a knife. And so we'll just cut this up right here. Some nice fresh romaine right out of Sam's Club. And it's the Andy Boy brand. They're really nice. And it comes, just in a bag like this. And it's really nice and cleaned for you as well, so you don't have to deal with any of the dead leaves that are on the outside. So they do a really good job with this product. So we'll just get it right over here in this bowl. And we're going to do one more head of the romaine. And again, you can use a knife if you're going to use this right away. The ends will start to brown up real bad, cutting it. If you're going to let it sit for a while. But it's nice and clean. You hear how fresh that lettuce sounds. Just break it up a little bit. And to that, I'm going to add some fresh iceberg lettuce. We'll use about half of this head that we have here. And with this, we'll just take off. Here's the stem right here. We'll take that part off, the heart of it. And you may find a little bit left over in the middle. Just make sure you check it. And then I like to cut these just into thirds like that. And then cut my nice slices out of it. Just like that. Real simple. Not too much work. We'll make a really pretty salad here. Okay. And then to that, I'm going to toss in just a little bit of some baby spring mix just to give it some color. There's, some Swiss chard in there. There's, some red leaf, just a little bit of everything. Some nice arugula. Just gives it nice color, a good mix. I suggest nice fresh kale, which they carry at Sam's Club. They have a real nice blend right now of kale in the club that I suggest you try with this salad. Be really, really good. Okay, but just a nice blend of lettuces for this. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to sit that aside for just a second. Clean this up just a little bit. And the berries are pretty much going on there as they are. Everything except for the strawberries, which we'll washed up and have cleaned up here. And with the strawberries, what I will do, I'll take the big strawberries like this and just cut them into quarters the long ways. That way you have a nice section of strawberry for your salad. You can cut it into eighths if you want. It's cut into quarters there. You can just go right across it one time and get little cubes. Just totally up to you guys. Okay? So we'll get that one done like that. Just like this. Okay, grab me a plate. Check it out. Get us some nice mix on here. Nice salad, springtime, you know, time to eat a little bit lighter, a little bit better. So we'll add some strawberries around the edge of our plate, just like this. A few on each corner, like that. Come back and get our beautiful blueberries. Just add some right around the plate like that. Beautiful. And some good sweet blackberries. These are great. They're so good on a salad. If you've not tried this before, I suggest you break out some lettuce and try this good berry salad. Look at that. Just like that. Then we'll come back on the top. Some fresh raspberries. A little bit color contrast. Look at that. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Then, put some of our pretty dressing right on top. You already got it in something. You can pour it right over your nice greens. Look at that, you guys. Fresh berry salad, homemade raspberry vinaigrette. So what you guys can do at the end is just grab the zester we had a little earlier. Now the rest of that lemon, just zest you a little bit of lemon over the top of the salad. Just a little bit more brightness. Perfect. That is made with love. Look at that. Cooking today. Okay guys, welcome back. Man, we're here at Sam's Club. We're on our field trip. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna show you guys fresh berries, show you guys some cool produce. We're gonna introduce you to a cool friend inside the store here too. So we're gonna get on in here and go to work. Let's go, come on, let's go. How are you?
Good morning, welcome to Zest.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. So we made it back to the produce department, you guys, and we have Russ Mounts with us. Russ is Senior Director for Produce and Floral for Sam's Club. Russ, how you doing today?
Doing very good, Chef.
Thank you for letting me invade the club. We appreciate it so much.
I was glad to have you here.
Man, the produce looks so good. We are standing in front of the fresh berries, you guys, and for our fresh berry salad, we use strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. And I wanted Russ to give you a chance to show you guys exactly what we do in the club club, how the produce comes in. Russ, it looks beautiful, man.
It does indeed. And Chef, you know, this is the great time of the year for the produce here. We're standing in front of the berries, but
Yes.
it's really the peak season for produce. We talk about this as our produce Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
We're coming into the area where readily available, a lot of the fruits are coming into our club, but you know, especially for berries, it's peak season for berries. And you know, when you look at it, we've got an offering of strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, and you know, that's something that's a complete offering for the member, just like the salad that you put together, Chef.
Yes, and the salad is beautiful. It turned out great. And you guys, what I like to do when I come to the club to pick out my fruit, I will make sure that I go through each one. I'll look and just be real diligent. You want to make sure all your fruit looks nice and has a good presentation for you, and that they're nice and bright
Exactly.
and beautiful. And what about you guys? How about the choosing of berries for the club itself? I mean, you guys go through a real rigorous process of picking out fruit for the club, yes?
We do indeed, Chef. And you know, our team will travel all over the world to find the best fruit available for our members. And we will go all the way to the bottom of Chile to find berries and bring those in those winter months. And this time of year, we're bringing in those fruits all from up here here in the U.S. when we're going into our summer, and they're as fresh as they can be, Chef. And you know, when I go through and I look at berries, you know, you look for that sheen, that really shiny berry,
Yes.
and you can tell that's the freshness. As a berry ages, it starts to lose that color, and that's when we want to pull it off. But when you're selecting that fruit, exactly what you said, you want to pick it up, you want to turn it over, you want to look at it, and you want to look at it how it compares to other berries that are right beside it.
Absolutely.
And which ones are the brightest.
Absolutely. So Russ, when we come through and we're looking for strawberries in the club, what exactly are we looking for? What would you as a consumer be looking for?
Well, you certainly want to look at the color, the brightness of the product. You know, and you can tell as product starts to age, it dehydrates. I mean, most of the produce is over 70% water. So as it starts to age, Chef, it starts to lose its color. And you can look and you've got a wide selection here. Typically, you look for the brightest color, you look for the nice high shine, and then you turn it over. You always want to look at the bottom to make sure that there's no bruising and make sure the product looks full and fresh, and that's how you make your best selection.
Okay. And so for me, the blackberries are real important to me. They're one of my favorites. When I was a child growing up, we had blackberries wild near my house, and this is one of the things that we picked and ate as children, and I still love them to this day. And the selection is just about the same thing as the strawberries, correct, Russ?
That's exactly right.
You want to make sure that there's no bruising, that all of the berries look great, and that there's not any that are discolored or anything. But with such a huge selection, there's so many to choose from. You just want, plumpness. It's totally a discretionary thing to the consumer. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Like you said, you look for the bright, you look for the fresh product, and I'm with you. Blackberries, that's my favorite berry as well. And I would tell you, the blackberries that we have here at Sam's Club today would be as sweet as what you can remember having back in when you picked them right off the bush. I mean, they are outstanding right now. And this is the best time of the year for blackberries.
Yeah, the salad we made, it just turned out really good. And the blackberries, again, my favorite, with the raspberry vinaigrette dressing, so good.
Yes.
Okay, Russ, let's head over and check out
Sounds
the
like
kale.
a good plan.
We got some good sweet kale going on over here in the club.
Yeah, Chef, you know, kale is probably one of the hottest trends right now in produce.
Superfood,
and
man.
Our members are really asking us for this item. And, you know, when you look at it, who would have thought kale would become not just a garnish, Chef, and something that went around a salad bar, but something that somebody is actually going to put in a dish. And it's so healthy. In fact, it's probably the most nutritional veg item within the produce area today. And a lot of applications. You can make smoothies out of it.
Absolutely.
Salads, even bake it. I've seen people make kale chips.
Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen that as well.
I've fried kale. We have used kale with bacon. We had a guest on that used kale in a beautiful salad that he made. So, yeah, super food, you guys. One of the best right here.
And what makes it even better is it's organic.
Absolutely.
And something that we offer for our members.
Cool. So I wanted to say thank you so much to Russ for letting us come into the club today. Man, it was a great education. I learned so much. I hope you guys did too. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Chef. And anytime, and I would encourage anyone to come out to the club this summer. We've got new varieties coming in weekly. Pineapple, you name it, we've got new things coming in. Come check it out.
This is Cooking Today. Hey guys, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much, Sam's Club, for letting us invade the store today and walk around. I hope you guys learned a few things. I sure did. Man, it's been a great day for us. Good fresh berry salad. We made a nice raspberry vinaigrette for it. So join us again next time, man. We got some cool things we're going to show you, just some neat ways of doing stuff. I'm Stephen Brooks, and that's Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by Tyson Foods, proud makers of Tyson fresh and frozen chicken products, Tone Seasonings, we make the meal, and Sam's Club, life is better in the club. Appliances provided by Metro Appliances and more. Cookware and serveware provided by World Kitchen and NWA Restaurant Supply. Food provided by Tankersley Food Service. Produce provided by Kimball and Thompson Produce Company.